Hey, welcome in. I am Lizzie Arbogast, sports editor at Tallapoosa Publishers, alongside managing editor Santana Wood. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. We've been away for the weekend. But I mean, we're
Yeah.
always away, but really away for the weekend.
But we're back and ready to give y'all the latest coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys know, we are hard at work every day trying to bring you guys the latest and most accurate coronavirus updates, as well as all the other news that's still happening in our communities. We do want to thank our sponsor, Russell Medical Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine. Couldn't do it without their support. And we're going to dig right into some numbers and some new information that the ADPH, Alabama Department of Public Health, released over the weekend.
Yeah, the Alabama Department of Public Health released some new information about numbers and cases. They have a new chart of sorts, which is the confirmed case rates per 100,000 persons. And this is a per capita rate, which allows for easier comparison across counties. It basically applies a universal denominator to compare the rates of infection. And that is what Central District Administrator Richard Burleson told us earlier today. So we do have those numbers for you guys, and we'll share what Tallapoosa County is looking like right now.
Yeah, so Tallapoosa County actually ranks amongst one of the highest in the state at fifth with a rate of 158. So essentially, this number means that if Tallapoosa County were to have a population of 100,000, they could predict that 158 people, based on the number that Tallapoosa County actually has, would have with that rate of population. Obviously, Tallapoosa County does not have a rate of or a population of 100,000. We also think that that number is probably based off of the weekend when they released that chart, when they started that chart, because Tallapoosa County's confirmed cases have gone up to 101. So we believe that that's probably not being updated as frequently as those numbers that are being updated throughout the day.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, it just levels the playing field, lets you be able to compare every county as if it has the same population. Because, let's say Jefferson County obviously has a much bigger population than Tallapoosa County. Just to compare it, it has a confirmed case rate of 104.5. Over in Coosa County, also much smaller than somewhere like Jefferson County, it has a confirmed case rate per 100,000 people of 112.7, and Elmer County has a rate of 88.7.
Yeah, so again, we're not sure how often that number will get updated because it is such new data, but did want to get that out to you guys. The Alabama Department of Public Health also released a new chart that shows statewide death demographics that you'll see on your screen right now.
Yeah, so what this chart is saying is that 69.4% of deaths are 65 years or older. 87.1% of deaths are those who are not Hispanic. 62.9% of deaths are men. 53.2% of deaths are Black, and 40.3% are white. And it's important to remember that this is different than those confirmed case characteristics that are also listed on the site.
Yeah. I actually think that the death characteristics might be a little bit more reliable. They're both accurate, but the confirmed case characteristics show obviously that more women. But you also have to wonder, it doesn't say the percent of women that are being tested. So if more women are being tested, most likely more women are going to be confirmed. Same with any of those other demographics. But across the state, we do want to talk about the number of confirmed cases, which now sits at 3,803. And just to remind everybody, to put this in perspective, is that's a nearly 800 increase of cases since our last show, which was Friday night. So essentially 72 hours ago, and we've gone up by almost 800 on the dot, actually.
Yeah, also saw a huge spike in Tallapoosa County over the weekend, going from 53 confirmed cases on Friday night to now 107 confirmed cases, according to the state's most recent numbers. There are also now 7 reported deaths in Tallapoosa County, and 2 of those have been confirmed to have been from COVID-19. It's important to remember as well that, Russell Medical had a backlog, which was cleared this weekend with the help of UAB. And that's, maybe why there was such a big jump over the weekend.
Yeah, I also do want to mention that over in Coosa County, they do have their first reported death. That was as of 6:30 p.m. Monday night, and they saw a bit of an increase as well to 18 confirmed cases. Keep in mind those 2 different categories, the reported deaths versus the died from illness. So that person who has been reported to have died from the coronavirus will now go through an investigation. If it is confirmed that that person died from the illness, it'll then be put into that category as well. But that is the first in Coosa County.
And those reported deaths will, again, never decrease. They will
Right.
always, continue to grow, if anything. Over in Elmore County, there are now 37 confirmed cases and still 0 reported deaths over there. But again, we just want to reiterate that these cases continue to grow across the state, 3,803 last time we checked right before the show, with 103 reported deaths, and 62 of those have been confirmed to have died from the coronavirus. Also grown in the hospitalizations, 457 hospitalizations since March 13th, as well as 29,140 tested across the state. So
That's actually my bad. That's my mistake on the notes. It's only 20,000.
Oh, okay.
140 total tested. Do want to make sure that we get that right for you guys. We are going to take a quick break and we'll talk about some local news when we return. All right. Well, seems I'm having a bit of a technical difficulty with our break, but we do very much appreciate the support of our sponsor, Russell Medical, Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine, and I will make sure that we get that figured out before tomorrow evening, because we do want you all to see the great things that they do for the community as well as for us. So we've gone into some new data that the Alabama Department of Public Health has released, as well as some numbers, and then we'll get into some Elmore County news for the evening.
Yeah, over in Elmore County, GKN today announced that it did have an employee test positive for the coronavirus, and it is closed until Wednesday for cleaning and as a precautionary measure. It's doing many safety measures to defend employees from the virus once operations start again on Wednesday as well. Every employee will be given masks, temperature checks will be taken, and that will all be in place once they are back in work on Wednesday. Officials said that the facility's, going under a lot of cleaning and disinfecting during this closure.
Yeah, we also got an update from the power companies who are serving residents and businesses in Elmore County, and they've decided that they will not be disconnecting service or charging late fees due to the coronavirus pandemic. Alabama Power made a similar announcement back in March. There's also been a lot of places, Alexander City has done that as well. A lot of places have done that. I think it's starting to get to the point where it's hitting harder. People have been out of work for longer. So it's good to see those power companies in Elmore County doing that as well.
Also over in Elmore County, Elmore Community Hospital officials said that there are currently 15 patients in the hospital who are confirmed to have had COVID-19, As of last Tuesday morning, the hospital had 11 COVID-19 patients in its care. And the director of operations, Amanda Hannon, said that the hospital expects to see more COVID-19 patients later this week as well.
Here in Alexander City, the city council did decide to postpone its originally scheduled meeting, which was supposed to take place next week. It's decided to postpone it until May. The mayor of Alexander City, Tommy Spraggins, said that there just wasn't enough pressing issues on the agenda, and anything that was going to be brought up could certainly wait until next month. And during that time, they're going to be reevaluating the format of the meeting.
Yeah, we also want to give you guys a myth versus fact. Today, we're going to talk about something that we've heard, and that's, does air pollution impact the rate of those who contract COVID-19? According to a Harvard study, more than 70% of COVID-19 cases and nearly 80% of all deaths have occurred in the top 20 polluting states. Long-term exposure to air pollution was associated with a 15% increase in COVID-19 cases.
Yeah, and it's not that surprising. The CDC has made it pretty clear that those most at risk are, those with lung disease, respiratory issue, cardiovascular disease, those kinds of things. And so it's not surprising to see sort of a connection there, because obviously we know pollution affects the way that you're able to breathe. And just so you guys know, that Alabama ranks as number 12 by the Environmental Protection Agency for air pollutant emissions data. So,
yeah, pretty interesting. And if you guys hear of any rumors or myths or anything like that you want us to either debunk or prove to be fact, please send those in to us on Facebook, email us, anything. We'll be happy to look into it. We also want to give you guys a little bit of feel-good news tonight. Here in Tallapoosa County, Operation Breadbasket donated close to 2,000 pounds of food to area residents on Saturday, with donations from Montgomery Area Food Bank. About 70 families participated and each received about nearly 30 pounds of food. And this is part of Jehovah Jireh Ministries, nonprofit food bank, which helps feed families in need on a monthly basis. They've been doing this for 30 plus years, so really good to see this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, this weekend also was Easter Sunday. We know it was kind of a difficult Easter for a lot of people, not having that ability to go to church or to have a big family gathering. But folks around our area, did a great job with their at-home Easter celebrations. We had a lot of people submit some photos. So we'll have some of those in the Outlook on Tuesday that you can look out for.
Yeah, be sure to pick up a copy of the Outlook on Tuesday to see some more of those. And again, we just want to reiterate that we are really appreciative of everyone who continues to turn to us as their local news source. We work really hard to provide this coverage for you guys and are happy to do it through this. This is where we really shine. This is what we're for, to provide this service for you guys. So we'll continue to be here at 7 p.m. on weeknights and give you updates daily. And we just want to thank our sponsor, Russell Medical Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine, for all their support. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 7.